We're all the children of God. We're all created by God. We're created by the thoughts of God. When we think, we create an energy field. When we think thoughts of love, forgiveness, and peace, and all the things we want to bring to the world, we create a certain kind of very positive energy. When we think thoughts of hate, of all these other emotions, of anger, of fear, we create another kind of energy, a very destructive one, which, if it's in big enough quantities, destroys the very life force of creation.
We are multi-dimensional, infinite consciousness, having a brief experience called human. The focus of attention that the body gives us on a narrow band of frequency, and we call it human, we call it the world, it's just a frequency band of information which we're interacting with like Wi-Fi. I symbolize it in the answer as a bubble. You're in the 5 sense bubble. You put people in the 5 sense bubble, the perceptual bubble, and now instead of getting insight from expanded states of awareness, you are operating in a bubble of perception. And the idea from the couple's point of view is you isolate people in the 5 senses, and then you dictate the information that isolated consciousness gets. So you isolate people in the 5 senses, and then you program their perception of reality. This is exactly why we live in the world we do, and it's exactly why people see the world as they do.
Something inside of me told me this was leading somewhere, and that if I kept going, then that somewhere would emerge. And when you go through the level of ridicule that I did in the early mid-90s, one of two things happens. Either it destroys you and you withdraw from the world, or you let go of the prison that most people live in, which is the fear of what other people think. Most people are not living their lives. They're not living who they are. They're living what they think others think they should be. And therefore, they're living a lie. They're living someone else's version of them.
The last thing I ever want to do, and I ever will do, is say, you must do this. I can pass on information and say, you know, this is the way I do it, and this is how I think things can be turned around. But I would never say to people, you must absolutely do this because I say. What they must do is look at the situation we're in and come to their own conclusion. It's pretty certain now, I would say, that if people go on doing and responding the way they have, then nothing's going to change. It's just going to get deeper and deeper into dystopia. It's like that great line, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. So if people want this thing to continue, then they must continue to do what they've always done. But clearly, I would say, we're at a point where it's worth pondering on the fact that maybe we need to do something different to get a different outcome. And if acquiescing to power is the way we got into this mess, then not acquiescing to power has got to be the way we get out of it. But people will have to make those choices. I've made mine. I'll look this dragon in the eye and I ain't gonna blink.
The mind sees everything in terms of division. So when we're in mind, we're in a society of division. When we are in the now consciousness, that sees everything as one, because that's what consciousness is. The infinite I. So who do we think we are? We think we're humans. We are consciousness. And to perceive reality and live our lives from those two perspectives brings a dramatic difference in the way we see ourselves and life.
Now, if we can create by thought, what can the Godhead do? This master spirit at the center of all creation. He can create almost anything he wishes by thought, and he creates us by thought.
But do you claim to be the Son of God? Because Terry Wogan said to you on the Wogan Show, you claim to be the Son of God, and you said yes.
Well, I am, yes, I'm saying that. What I'm saying is we're all the children of God. But some people come to earth, Jesus was one, there were many more before him, who are actually part of the soul of the Godhead. It's God incarnate on earth. That's what Jesus was. That's what these other people were before. To try to bring the truth to a planet that has lost that truth for 12,000 years, and as a result of which, we have taken this wondrous planet to the brink of not existence.
Jesus said, I and the Father are one. Mm-hmm. That means he was the Son of God. Are you claiming that too? You and the Father are one?
We're all one with the Father.
No.
Oh, yes, we are. We're all one with the Father. What I'm saying is that if I, as Jesus was, and others were before him, an aspect, part of the soul of the Godhead, then these beings are the Godhead incarnate.
And we are all sons of God and children of God in that way.
Well,
or are you special?
No one's special.
Well, have you been singled out?
The message that comes across all the time is the Godhead loves all of us as if there was only one of us. No one is special. But there are certain people who come to Earth at certain times, and to other planets too, at times of great crisis to try to help to sort things out. And they are just the Godhead in a physical body. This great transformation of Earth that's already beginning it's already underway, is being guided not by yours truly alone, but by the whole of creation. Because if this planet is destroyed, the whole of creation is thrown into chaos, because planets and stars are not there because the Godhead fancies it. Wouldn't it be pretty? Everything is there. It has a purpose. It has a meaning. It has a reason for existing. And if one of the planets or whatever ceases to exist because of the way we treat it, then the whole of creation is threatened. And my goodness me, I'll tell you this, it is threatened very much at this time. It is a matter of years if we continue to turn out this energy of hate, of anger and fear and all these other emotions that we have made into an art form on earth.